What's going on, YouTube nights? Welcome to the CovrPrice Top 10. Look at that. How many lures does it take to count backwards from actually 11? And this week it's 4. Make sure you guys hit the other video we got dropping at 7. We're going to have all 5 lords on here unboxing KRS mystery boxes. That should be fun. That's going to be in a separate video, so we can take a little 15-20 minute intermission. But let's break the ice a little bit, get you guys a little entertained. I know how many of you out there are Wu-Tang Clan? Well, guess what? I got some Wu for you.
The baddest on the microphone apparatus is here. When I rock a rhyme, often eyes are dropping a tear. It's so beautiful, it's America's landscapes when this man makes lyrics like the syrups that you pour upon your pancakes. My mandate is to grip minds like a handshake. Spit Orlando Lakes and go skinny dip with the fan base. Over any damn breakbeat, I hastily make pastries tastier than anything that Wolfgang makes. So take notes out of suckers, I make coats, lump of some like Bubba Gump, fishing on lake boats. I take jokes and turn the comedy into drama. I'm bagging on your mama, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer behind ya. I'm a rhyme writer, lock stock, smoking the ganja. Rebuttals befuddle, leaving a puddle of saliva, sillies. You couldn't handle Randall when I throw my grammar at you. It hit your head and you would think I threw a hammer at you. I point the camera at you like Herb Ritz. Develop it, then use the pictures to pick up bird shits. You're nervous as the impervious wordsmiths hanging out in Rafa's new crib come with the verses.
Yo, Jimmy Woo, man.
I was dope.
Pulling cards out of air, out of thin
Little
air.
do people know that he does spit bars, and he actually did. There was an album, he was part of a group. And what's hilarious, there's another clip on YouTube where you ever seen that Drop the Mic show where celebrities battle rap each other, but typically they have people write raps for them. He did his own freestyle, and he tore James Vanderbeek a new one. I can't believe I just couldn't said James Vander in the same sentence.
You mean Dawson?
Yeah, Dawson. He said something about Dawson's now you're up Schitt's Creek or some shit like that. It's fucking absolutely hilarious. But there's you go. You wanted some Woo, you got Agent
awesome.
Jimmy Woo,
Yeah.
man. Agent Jimmy Woo, part of the Wu-Tang Clan, the original members. Shout out to buddy in the live chat. Welcome to the CovrPrice Top 10. I got my crew with me. I won't introduce you to them because we don't have time, but this show is sponsored by our friends at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com, use discount code of nothing. Sign up for a 2-week free trial. And then if you like it, you just pay $6.99 a month and you get all this valuable, great information. You can import your CLZ database in there. So it's also sponsored by our friends at KRSComics.com. Use discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off any KRS Comics exclusives. I have a feeling you're going to see a bit of them.
Join us tonight at 10 o'clock after the show.
In an hour, we're going to do our mystery unboxing of our KRS mystery boxes. So we'll see how that goes. So it's also sponsored by our friends at Rocket Comics. Tim the Lord sent you. Get 20% off your first pressing order, be it 1 book or 100 books. And they were kind enough to give us 2 slabs for the 6,000 subs giveaway. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. CovrPrice will also be giving away 2 6-month memberships. And we'll also be giving away a KRS mystery box. So if we don't pull the grand prize, that mystery box that he's given to one of our viewers may have it. So there you go, man. So make sure, and if you're watching on the rewind, this show is live every day Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific on YouTube, because now that I've been putting it up on SoundCloud and iTunes and Stitcher. I didn't realize that Spotify allowed me to just import my entire library. So
convenient.
if you want to go back and listen to some the Lord's show that was deleted unceremoniously by YouTube, we have
Got the audio.
We have the audio receipts going back to 2018 over on Spotify. So just search Lords of Long Box on Spotify. I upload these CovrPrice Top 10 and the Shake List on Spotify the day after. So typically the next day you'll see it. So for those who are listening on the rewind, the live show is on Tuesday, and you probably get the audio version podcast on Tuesday or Wednesday. But if you're watching on the rewind and you want to catch live, hit us up on YouTube and see what we got. So once again, man, this is the CovrPrice Top 10 for the week ending February 7th. That is a Sunday. And this list, you know what? I'm going to put the over-under on Star Wars books at 3.
Okay.
Seems like
Seems
over-under
risky.
Star Wars. Yeah. Hey, man, I'm here to gamble. Like the Kansas City Chiefs secondary. I had to say at least one, Joe. I had to say at least one.
Damn.
So fresh. It's so fresh.
The wound is still fresh.
Pouring salt on
But
it.
at least you had a good time. It was a batch party. You with your boys, so there was that.
Yeah, at least I don't actually know any Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. So
I do not know a single one.
Not one.
Murfinator claims to be one, but he's just a Brady fanboy. So we'll go with
well,
that.
the thing was, it was a former Patriots. Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, accompanied by a few. Excuse me.
Got y'all choked up over there.
Damn. Yeah. Anyway,
I think we lost them.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just continue on. So while he can catch his.
He's getting murdered behind the scenes.
Grab a drink, man. We'll talk about that later. So let's get right to it, boys and girls. As always, the top 10 has always got a runner-up that almost breaks the top 10, but not quite there. And if you're playing at home, starting off on a good foot, Star Wars The High Republic, number 2, the Ashley Witter 1 in 25 variant. It's Star Wars High Republic. Of course, everyone is all over the second issue. This variant sold 50 copies. Had a 7-day trend of 62% highest sale of $90. Damn.
Wow.
And a CDC 345 for a 9.8 pre-sale. Good Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
However, due to everyone paying attention to this variant, the market flooded a bit, and it took a high January pre-sales 149 raw down to the current value trend of 60. So it was a high of 90, went all the way down, or 150 raw, all the way down to 60. Still solid for 1 in 25, though. So it just goes to show you about its supply and demand. Mm-hmm. So if you flood the market, then obviously there's more of them, and they're going to sell for cheaper on eBay. So that's why whoever's hoarding those Marvel Previews 95 is doing a pretty good job of secretly squirreling them out there like one copy every now and then.
They're not. This isn't their first rodeo.
No, it's not. I'm pretty sure they ride more than rodeos. Oh, all right.
All
right, let's get into it. All right, what do we got for number 10, boys and girls?
So number 10, we have War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas, number 1. So this book came out in 2019, and at a recent press announcement for Disney Plus Singapore, a comment was made toward Kevin Feige that it was high time to get a Southeast Asian Marvel superhero on Disney Plus. Mr. Feige was quoted with the reply, "I think it is, and I think you won't have to wait very long at all. We've announced a number of shows that we've got more in the works. This news sent speculators racing to Google to search Southeast Asian Marvel characters." What a crazy search. And found this series. It sold 37 copies, had a 7-day trend of 144%, and had a high sale of about $200 for a CGC 9.8. But if we're talking specifically Southeast Asian superheroes, we'll save you the trouble as the list is short. One of the few or only Southeast Asian superheroes in the Marvel Universe is Wave, the first Filipino superhero who makes her first appearance in this issue. Keep in mind that this team is mostly Korean and Chinese, so unless Feige just heard Asian and spoke broadly, this is probably a likely candidate. However, if there's a Southeast Asian team coming, then keep an ear/eye out for Warriors of the Sky, and if they'll ever have a first comic appearance from the Future Fight game.
Well, a lot of these characters appeared from the Future Fight game. If you think about Swordmaster, right? Didn't they appear in the games first? And I've always been high on Wave and Agents of Atlas.
You've been pushing this book since 2019.
The Philippines is a huge comic book crazy country. If just the amount of comic book artists that comes from the Philippines it's kind of amazing when you think about how many Filipino artists. Then you think about In Huk Lee and all the Korean artists. But, Southeast Asian does not mean China, guys. Okay?
If you look at Mikey Sutton's Facebook page, all he has is Kate for Wave. I mean, he's pushing that one hard,
So when Wave debuted as the first Filipina superhero in Marvel Universe, she appeared on the Filipino Time magazine. That's how big the character was. So for those who really want to go deep, the first Southeast Asian character is Karma of the New Mutants. She was Vietnamese.
Yeah.
There you go. So if you want to do that, I believe that's Marvel Team Up 100, his first appearance, Karma. Although Karma got snubbed in New Mutants, but you never know. Maybe she's coming back. Maybe he's referring to that. But, as a young Vietnamese kid growing up, I was like, yo, Karma, come on now. Let me get some more of that. But there you go. But you could tell they're expanding into these Asian markets and, it's not like, not all Asians gonna want a character just because they're Asian. Obviously, people like Shang-Chi, they see somebody like me, but Singapore has closer ties to China than the rest of the countries because there's a lot of Chinese spoken in Singapore. I think Michelle Yeoh is from Singapore, but then you have the countries like the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, all these Southeast Asian countries, that they can do, and it's a huge market that they could tap into. I mean, like I said, tons of Filipino comic book artists. And so, if just thinking about this reminds me of the Wave cover by, what's his name? Miko Siyuan, which is a Filipino artist. And that was arguably one of the hottest variants for this. So War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas, #1, and also has Jimmy Woo in it. And I showed you Jimmy Woo at the beginning of this show.
Yes, you did.
All right. What do we got for #9?
Ooh, #9. We got Black Panther, World of Wakanda, #1. This is the Natasha Bustos 50th anniversary variant, came out from Marvel in 2016. So Deadline reported this week that Black Panther Helmer Ryan Coogler states his proximity media banner to the 5-year exclusive Disney television deal Wakanda series is in works for Disney Plus. This news has spread like wildfire among speculators, with many Wakandan related storylines and characters seemingly increases in the sales of this book. While they weren't many listed, collectors actually jumped all over this variant, which did move 10 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 625%, and a high sale for $79 for a CGC 9.6.
Okay, respectable.
Wow, from 2000. So here you go. Breaking. This is a spec book alert, and it's not this book, but I can tell you guys this, that from what I've been told from my source, Mikey Sutton, the World of Wakanda is going to be based mostly on the Dora Milaje. They will definitely be in it, so it could be a Dora Milaje thing. So I would say outside of this, another great book would be to get is the first appearance of the Dora Milaje, which obviously probably going to be back in Black Panther 2. The movie, but definitely the Dora Milaje are going to be featured more featured more heavily in the World of Wakanda, from what I'm told, and it's going to be more like a World of Wakanda kind of spy thing. Remember how in the Black Panther they alluded to they have spies throughout the world.
Nakia was part of that team.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing early on, the World of Wakanda is going to be kind of based on that, and to show more of the Dora Milaje. Because who doesn't like the Dora Milaje? They were kicking ass, yo. I mean, I was like some fine bald-headed bitches up in there, man.
Yeah.
All right, so #9 on the list is Black Panther, World of Wakanda. #1, the Natasha Bustos 50th, and I can be honest with you, I've never seen this book in my life.
Me either.
Seriously, yeah. All right, we got for #8. Ryan.
#8 is the Amazing Spider-Man #55. So it looks like Pat Gleason announced another version of his cover. This time it's blue, for those of you who like the color blue. This caused a short spike of interest in this first standard cover. It sold 74 copies. It had a 7-day trend of 106% and had a high sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8.
Damn. So remember we predicted that they were going to go crazy with this. What didn't we see like a Baby Yoda one and a Mandalorian one? I could have swore I shared it with you guys.
I saw a Trump one.
Yeah, I think I shared it to you guys on Instagram.
Baby. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't really work because, Spider-Man is web-based, right?
Right.
The whole thing. But there's a Venom one. There's hey, if it works and collectors buy it up, why not keep on going to the well, right? That's just kind of the way comic books are.
I still think this one's the coolest.
Especially
maybe the red one, but this one, I think, in my opinion.
Especially the Virgin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Virgin looks dope. Although the black font, black and white font does work well with the cover and the color scheme on this.
With the webbing,
Yeah, I'm shocked this book is still on the list, to be honest with you, man. And this is just a regular variant for $150. There you go. Amazing Spider-Man #55, The Last Remains. Will it still be on this list next week? We shall see, but it's in at #8 this week. What do we got for #7?
So #7 is kind of an interesting one, I think, based just kind of on the spec here. This is the Mighty Thor 459. So I know a lot of people out there have probably seen the recent set leaks of Chris Hemsworth as Thor in an outfit sporting a vest similar to that of Thunderstrike. Well, we all know from the MCU, Thor really doesn't have like his Earth alter ego, and Thunderstrike's origin is a little more detailed than we'll go into here, but the alter ego of Thunderstrike was Eric Masterson. Eric first appeared in Thor #391, But since Marvel did away with those alter egos, Eric's role in this film is probably non-existent. So collectors jumped straight to Thor number 459, which is the first appearance of Eric Masterson as Thunderstrike. So keep in mind this cinematic connection will most likely only be via the outfit. Even more specifically, it's probably just the vest. So there you go. Vest spec.
There you go. Sleeveless vest spec for you guys. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe down the road, but for Thor: Love and Thunder, it just may be like a cool Easter egg or something along those lines. But him actually appearing, maybe down the road. After Thor: Love and Thunder, you never know. I would say. Because remember, we had the Thor core a long time ago on our long-term spec list. So I can see Thunderstrike and the Thor core, but that's down the road, boys and girls. That's Disney Plus way down the road. But that's why we have these long-term specs, because nobody pays attention to them unless you watch our show. And then you can pick them up for cheap when we talk about it way before it actually is announced. So there you go. Number 7 on the list, The Mighty Thor 459. Who would have thunk that we would have Thor 459 on the list? All right. What's number 6 on the list? This looks cool.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is Lunar number 1 from Boom Studios. Just came out. This is the Jenny Frison Virgin, the 1-in-25 ratio variant. The regular cover has this exact image just with the trade dress, but this is the 1-in-25. So Jenny Frison obviously has tons of dedicated fans, such as myself. But, her work's absolutely gorgeous. But her work on this low print run, hard to find series, is tough. But, then it hit the market and a lot of people were looking for it. So it did sell 18 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 515%, high sale of $30 for a raw copy for this brand new series that just came out last week, I believe, or the week before.
Yeah, 2021. Shout out to Michael Raphael with the Joe Dirt Thor joke, the first one. All right, I'm pretty sure. It got to be Thor Dirt, right? Or, for those kids who don't know, go check out the Joe Dirt movie. That shit is hilarious. With what's the name?
So funny.
The SNL dude?
Adam Spade. David Spade.
David Spade, yeah. Joe Dirt. Oh, my God. All right, so Luna number 1 from Boom Studios. Good to see some indies on here. The Jenny Frison, because I'm French, Virgin 1-in-25 variant. All right, what do we got?
It's Jenny Frison. Don't church it up none, son.
No, just like Andy Kubert. Come on, it's Jenny Frison. All right, what do we got for number 5, Zach?
Well,
that's Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan, go ahead.
Forever Maps number 1. This is a Scout publication from 2019. In Scout's recent press release, they announced Scout Comics and Entertainment is proud to announce that Forever Maps by Michael Agassiz and Todor Histov is in development. Yeah, right. Is in development as a feature film with Josh Campbell and Matthew Stricken, known for 10 Cloverleaf Lane, adapting the comic book. Matthew Goldberg, Igor De Laurentiis. These names.
Give you an easy one.
Oh my God. Ira Napoliello from Lit Entertainment and Scout Comics are attached to produce. All right, say that 5 times fast. This news helped another Scout book land in our top 10 for a second week in a row. It sold 29 copies, had a 7-day trend of 366%, and had a high sale of $29 for a raw copy.
There you go, man. Just another one of those things, I mean, this one, always, as we always say, be careful on these indie books that get optioned, especially if it's for the big screen. Because I think it's easier to get a small indie book for like Netflix or Amazon, you know what I mean? Amazon Prime, but to get it actually go through the studio and be released in theaters, that's a get if you can. But there you go. Forever Maps. If you had this on your 2021 video card, starting off good so far. I've never heard of it, but the cover looks pretty damn cool.
It's cool. I like the crow.
Anybody know what this is about?
Looks like Final Fantasy.
Maps of some sort.
Yeah, it's about maps that go on forever and a giant crow. Always good to have your input on the show, Ryan.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so number 5 on the list is Forever Maps number 1 from Scout Comics. What have we got for number 4? Oh boy, here we go.
So number 4, first off, it wouldn't be the comic book community if there wasn't a little drama. So here we go. We got Immortal Hulk number 43, the Declan Shalvey Marvel vs. Alien Immortal Hulk issue. So here we go. Immortal Hulk number 43 took over our top 10 due to some controversy over anti-Semitic imagery. In one panel, Joe Fixit is in a jewelry store In the window behind him, a poor depiction of the Star of David and the store name Jewelry in reverse. Artist Joe Benet publicly apologized and stated that he simply misspelled the store name. Regardless, this caused an uproar, forcing Marvel to offer an optional recall where stores could exchange these for corrected versions. Also notable is that all future reprintings will replace the panel with edited versions. This sent collectors racing to online stores to buy up copies, driving up price and demand. Sold 68 copies, had a 7-day trend of 251%, and had a high sale of about $35 for a raw copy.
Vulture.
However, the market has been flooded with copies, and prices have already come down to $15 for this cover.
I would say that if Marvel just left it as is and didn't say we're going to come out and remove it, this book wouldn't have been on here.
No,
right?
It's like it reminds me of the X-Men. What was it? X-Men Gold. That was I don't know, a couple years ago now. At this point, that had all that. What was it? I can't even remember the racist comment as well.
Oh yeah, I remember the one that you're talking about.
I think it was
It was a shirt about like some Middle Eastern.
it was a Muslim artist
Right.
who wrote it, and it was like a Muslim artist from like Singapore. You know how one of those Muslim countries in Southeast Asia. Hey, we talking about Southeast Asia again, but I would have if nobody would have said anything and just said it's just an error. But when they said they're going to do future printings with it missing, that I think immediately people thought, oh, it's a recalled comic, so maybe there's some gold in there in their heroes. But just remember, be careful specking on negativity. I'm pretty sure, I don't know how many of you are still holding copies of the first appearance of Corona, but that book was based, I call that negative spec because it was a book based on a horrible virus that killed people. So there you go.
People like recalled stuff though.
Yeah. Immortal Hulk number 43, the D-Clan Shalvey, Marvel versus. Let's just talk about Alien for a second. Look at that. Alien looks a little skinny for Hulk there, right? I wonder if the alien's blood could actually break the Hulk's impenetrable skin.
Well, look, it does.
It cuts all over.
He's cutting him on the cover.
There you go.
He bleeds
Imagine
green.
an alien having breeding with a Hulk. Imagine what would happen with that.
Jesus, the
What
world
was that
ends.
movie where it was one of the movies where a Predator and an alien, they had like a hybrid of them? Do you remember that one? It was one of the Predator
Alien
movies.
versus Predator 2, wasn't it?
I think there was one that was just called like Predators or something like that. There's, some of those films are somewhat awful, but if it comes on TV, I'm like, fuck it. I'll watch it.
The original is the go-to for me. Still
Alien
to this
or
day.
Aliens? Alien or Aliens?
Oh, Predator with
Predator.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah. Get to the chopper. All right.
But Aliens for me, Aliens over Alien.
Oh yeah,
in my
Aliens.
opinion.
It was much more action packed, but Alien is still kind of creepy.
It's a slow burn. It's a good one.
Yeah, slow burn. Smoke that. All right. So number 4 on the list is Immortal Hulk number 43, the Declan Shalvey. What do we got for number 3?
Well, it's the same book, just a different cover. This is the main cover, the Alex Ross one. So of course, all the covers have that controversial panel, but the Alex Ross one beat out the Aliens one. Of course, it sold 167 copies last week, had a 7-day uptrend of 139%, with a high sale of actually $62 for a raw sale. But it one hungry buyer dove into that one head first. We confirmed that it was not a bulk sale. However, due to flooding, it has settled back down to the $15 price point like the other cover.
$62 somebody spent on this. But you know what? It's Alex Ross.
I have this issue. It's a great issue, too.
I mean, the cover's cool, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll be on auction on this Friday, boys and girls. This Friday, we'll be having Lords of the Long Box auction, celebrating the Lunar New Year, year of the ox or the bull, because we like to keep it as a bull market.
It's a bull market, baby.
There you go. All right, so number 3 on the list, Immortal Hulk, number 43. This is the Alex Ross cover. I still dig Alex Ross to this very day. All right.
Oh, me too.
Hopefully we change it up with number 2. And for those playing the over and under at home, you think it was over under Star Wars books at 3. We have 1 so far. So this is your make or break issue. What is it?
We have Black Panther, World of Wakanda number 1. As noted above, Disney is developing a Wakanda series, and collectors immediately ran to this series as a reactive response to the news announcement. There are a bunch of key characters to focus on, with a few in this issue. For now, take your time and pick up cheap Black Panther books from $1 in back issue bins. This issue still sold 65 copies, and it had a 7-day trend of 491%, and had a high sale of $38.40 for a raw copy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, my camera.
Yes, sir.
My camera went out, but you guys don't need to see me.
This Black Panther stuff, I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me because years ago, Black Panther couldn't hold his own title. They had like a 9-issue series and they killed it. And then it's just like the death of Chadwick Boseman and all these books are hot. I don't know, man. And I'm not about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is at least, Ryan Coogler is going to be doing the show. And if you're reading the tea leaves, look at the Michael B. Jordan interview from Time Magazine. And I'll just leave it at that. So, and also, there's also been rumors about there's a show on Netflix. My lady's all about it. It's called Bridgerton or Bridger or some shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're right, Bridgerton.
So the African-American lead in that has been in talks to play somebody in the Black Panther 2 movie. And I'll just say it's look for Black Panther black and white covers. That's all I'm saying. Maybe look at my Instagram maybe from a while ago. I was
Could it be like a shot of just like legs or something?
Casper the Friendly Ghost. But anyway, shout out to Amazing Murphinator. Screw the comics. Let's talk Marvel cards.
Hey, cards.
I'm surprised Murph hasn't rubbed it in about his boy Tom Brady yet, but congratulations to you, Murph, even though you're a Patriots fan and you're man boy. I mean, I guess he is the GOAT for now, but we can have that conversation for another day. I still think Joe Montana's the GOAT because he played with full-on concussions back when you can actually hit quarterbacks. And if you fart on Tom Brady, you'll get a 15-yard penalty, but I'll just leave it at that. So Amazing Murph, appreciate the $5 super tat. I would talk Marvel cards. I just don't know enough about them, but we should do a show about, things that people are... Didn't you guys just show me Beanie Babies or Tuamua?
Yeah,
looks like
I said that, and then somebody and then you posted it in the group chat.
Yep,
Beanie Babies are going up. Time to sell.
It's all nostalgia.
I'm just waiting for Pogs to come back.
Garbage Pail Kids. I don't know what other thing that was super collectible. Teddy Ruxpin dolls. I don't know what else was huge back then, but it's the year of nostalgia. People just, did those Marvel cards just pop out of nowhere, right?
Out of nowhere. And I dusted off my little folder and we'll see what I got because I'm ready to sell.
I have a PSA 10.0 for Ghost Rider Chromium, but it was a 1995. So basically what I'm going to do, because there's a video I was watching, this guy was talking about, he goes, as everybody's buying up the ones from 1990, now the prices are going up for the ones from 91 and 92. So I'm waiting for the price to go up on 95 and then I'll send, but be very careful because only PSA 10s are what's really moving the market, right? It's equivalent of 9.8s, I guess, because PSA 10s are the equivalent of a 9.8 in the world of card collectibles. But you know what else I was thinking? Star Wars cards. Remember those?
All those cards. All of them.
Dude, I used to love the Star Wars cards. And remember, if you flip them over on the back, they made like a giant picture. You had to collect it. And there was always a stick of really old-ass gum inside of it.
I think there was 18 cards at one point. Like, there was cards for every TV show in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah. But the Star Wars cards, if you think about it, came out 77, 78. I think those are the ones that really kicked it off. Maybe someone in the live chat who knows something about card collectibles. Are Star Wars cards still the thing, the in thing? We all know about baseball cards.
Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! And
those are worth money based on the games, aren't they? Mm-hmm. All that magic shit.
But they're not really based off of perfect grades either, because I think there's like really rare like one-offs inside those decks, right? Like you can get like super powered sorcerer, whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know what those are, but
I think those game decks are worth money because of the rarity of the cards. You're right.
Yeah. So we went from
those Marvel cards definitely aren't rare. That's for sure.
So we went from Marvel. We went from video game slabs to now Marvel card slabs. What's the next thing? But remember, it has to be something you can slab. So maybe movie posters or something, because I know CDC does that too.
Yeah, they do that. Records.
I need the toy market to come back.
Yeah.
Slab a record.
There you go. That would be cool. because just the album art itself is pretty cool. But then you're like, damn, I want to play that record.
Well, you want to read a comic book too, right?
All right, so number 2 on the list is, well, just like records, hell, you can find them anywhere, but it's just the sound of vinyl that's, the thing that you want to do. It's interactive when you play a record. You actually have to lift up the needle. Number 2 on the list, Black Panther, World of Wakanda, number 1 from 2016. All right, what do we got for number 1? Immortal Hulk, number 43, the Joe Bennett homage variant. That is a gnarly ass cover.
That is a cool cover.
As we've been saying, of course, the artist at the center of the controversy is Joe Bennett. Due to this, collectors focus on this variant the most. It sold 85 copies, had a 7-day trend of 400%, had a high sale of $71.19. That's definitely an eBay sale, $71.19 for a high-grade raw copy. Market flooding has brought this down to its current price of $20. So somebody spent $71, and because the market flooded, now it's only worth $20, and that's the danger of this type of spec. You got to be careful. Put a full screen now, and I think I talked to the guys, and I think we're either going to do a podcast or do a video on when to sell, when to hold, and things of that nature, right? Especially based on news. Like we just heard Kevin Feige have just a little blurb about Southeast Asia, and books started flying off the shelf. And that's a book that I would say hold. This Hulk book, that's something I would say flip the same day, because you could tell people who wanted to pay a little bit extra for it. So sometimes it's not worth grading. You have to strike while the hammer is hot, as they say. So don't if you grade it, even fast track, 3-4 weeks. By that time, you could already tell this list came out.
Yeah.
We had a high sale, and it's already settled down to $20. So. But it's kind of cool, man. I remember when we first started doing this list, Immortal Hulk was on this list for totally different reasons, right? So it's very interesting on how that goes. So there, look at that, boys. We kept this to a nice, tight 32 minutes. There you go. Make sure I'm going to drop the link in here. We're going to go take some refreshments. We're going to come back. Otto's going to be with us. We're going to be like two girls, 1 cup. We're going to do 5 lords, 6 boxes. So the iron is hot. The hammer's hot too. So same thing. Look at Brian. You want to show yours now? Psych. All right. So we'll be back in 30 minutes, guys. And it's going to be in a different video, because for those watching a rewind, I upload these on podcasts. You don't want to see listen to a unboxing podcast. So we will see you guys in about 30 minutes. 30 minutes, right? So make sure you guys check it out. It's going to be fun. We haven't opened up our boxes yet. They've been melting in our hands. We've been wanting to do it. So I will leave you guys with a little some on the way out. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out, y'all.
Everybody.
Later.
If you're happy and you know it, clap 2 times. If you're happy and you know it, clap 2 times. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, are you happy? Hell yeah! What's your
flipping the phone, the microphone, leaving the broken, the ripping tongue, I wrap it around your throat and leave it choking. I'm able to ride the world for 100 miles, a style a mile a minute. I never flex the muscle, but I flex the microphone like I was on a sports lyric. I like the crowd like the lantern, and rap around the world like the rings around Saturn. Bet you never hear the same rhyme pattern twice. I got more spice than occasion, quicks mixed tighter than the eyes on the Asian. I don't exaggerate, damn, I'm great. Some call me Steve, cause I'm so young. I get high in my ride, but I can carry the weight, whether a pound or a ton.